Hello. Hi. Welcome to a live stream. I gotta wait for the robots to catch up. Catching up, robots. There. You guys see me? Yes? No? What? Oh, the beginning of live streams. The anticipation until you can see me. There we go. Now it's working. I actually think it's because there's a latency, a delay. I think I'm the problem, not the robots, because I tell the robots what to do. Okay, happy Thanksgiving, people. If you're in America. Hi. You expected a turkey shirt? No. I ate ham. I ate yesterday, the day before Thanksgiving. So today's just a normal day for me. But I decided to do a live stream because I know there's a lot of you that are probably either sitting around doing nothing, waiting for food, or you're in a room in a house hiding from family because you don't want to talk to people, or you're by yourself and you're eating a Hot Pocket or something. I don't know. So I decided to do a live stream. And also I have no internet at my shop, so that's why I'm here. Hello. Hello from Norway. It's just another day for you there. What is it, Thursday? What is today? Today's Thursday, right? Or is it today Friday? Today's Thursday, I think. I don't even know what day it is. Thank you for the super chat, Jamal Cruz. Hi from Romania. Man, you guys are all over the place. Yes, that is the ranger next to me. I'm at my house, so... that's my right arm. Ranger Quattro. Which I haven't driven either one of these, I don't know, like hardly at all this year. Hello from South Africa. Hello from Jamaica. Geez, you guys are all over the place. Aloha from Hawaii. See, I know how to pronounce it correctly because I used to live there. Hello from Norcal. I apparently can't pronounce NorCal correctly. Toronto. Geez. Is anyone watching this from Antarctica? Or, what's another wild place? Easter Island? Anyone watching this from a pyramid in Egypt? That'd be kind of neat. That'd be pretty gangster to sit on top of a pyramid and use like Starlink and watch a live stream. I don't think you're allowed to go on top of those. I think that's actually illegal. Well, anyway, since I'm doing my monthly live stream, I suppose I'll catch you up on things. Now I think a bulk of people are in here. How many people are in here right now? There is 1,134 of you currently in the live stream. It's not as many as I thought. Usually it's around like 2,000 to 2,500. And I figured a lot of people would be sitting around today. But then maybe most of you are actually social and not on the internet or social media and talking to humans. So I commend you for doing that rather than watching some idiot in her garage on YouTube. Hello from Phoenix. So yeah, I'm doing a live stream today for you. And I have to edit a car review and put another car review out for you back to back. I usually keep 1 or 2 car reviews extra in case I get sick or something happens, so I don't miss a video. And so something is happening, and then that's why you're gonna have back-to-back car reviews. But I'll have a non-car review regular video for you. Well, it's not really a regular video, but there'll be another video on Sunday for you explaining why it's been back-to-back car reviews. So yeah, I don't like doing back-to-back car reviews because I don't want my channel to just be car reviews. So just so you know, in case some people freak out like, what the hell, it's another car review. It's okay. I have to do it for scheduling, and it only happens usually once in I think it like once every 2 years, something like that will pop up. Hello from SeaTac? What is that? Are you in the ocean? That's neat. And thank you, Monica, for the super chat. Oh, they restocked today. I don't want to talk about merch and stuff a lot because I don't want this to just be a giant infomercial. But Karen restocked everything this morning, so we have everything again. It's no longer. I've been out of stock for like a month because I didn't realize how fast stuff would sell. But yeah, everything's back. Thank you, David, for the super chat of a squirrel saying good job. Is that a squirrel or is that like a cat or a chipmunk? I don't know. And it has opposable thumbs. That's even more creepy. Thank you, Tony. I don't know if being hardworking is a good thing if you do it constantly every single day. I think it just becomes psychotic at that point. Hello from Alabama. Greenbow, Alabama. I want to watch Forrest Gump now that I just read that. It's one of my favorite movies. I wish they would have done a sequel, but I'm glad they never did a sequel. It would have ruined the first movie had they done a sequel. But I wish they did a sequel. Hello from Atlantis. Sweet! You do exist somewhere. I thought you were sunken hundreds of feet below the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, geez, a bunch of super chats came in. Thank you, Saxon Viking. Are you a Viking that plays the saxophone? That's pretty rad. And Benjamin Franz. Did I say that right? Franz. From the Netherlands. Did I say that right? Thank you, Primus. Jerry was a race car driver. Jenny. I'm glad someone typed that because I needed to say Jenny for today. Hello from Romania. I've been to Romania once, only transient flying through there for a couple hours. I don't remember where. The rotator stopped there, landed for a few hours, and kept going. What I was gonna catch you guys. Sorry, I just woke up. Okay, I don't have an excuse. I woke up 2.5 hours ago. But still, my brain's not functioning correctly yet. I have not had food since I woke up. Oh, man, and it's Thanksgiving, so nothing's going to be open. And I don't have food here. I wonder if grocery stores are open today. They have to be. Let's grab a snack. Have I been watching MF Ghost Season 2? Yes. And this last episode that just came out was good. I'm glad that... I don't want to give it away. Sorry, because people haven't seen the last episode. I want so bad for the creator of Initial D to make a prequel to Initial D all about Bunta set in the late 70s, early 80s. And Initial D has an official Instagram account, and whenever they post, you should go on there and be like, I agree with Sarah's idea. We need an Initial D prequel set in the late 70s, early 80s. How sick would that be? There would be so many amazing cars that could be in that. But yeah, and we could see the birth of the Treno and how Bunta got that car. And I don't know. There's so many possibilities for that to be an amazing series. Anyway, I'll stop with that. But yeah, I definitely think we need to push that into the interwebs and get other people talking about it so it maybe would happen. You said SeaTac because I thought I'd get it. You're from Kent, Washington. I've never been to the Pacific Northwest. I've been to 42 states, and the states I've never been to are the Pacific Northwest, Alaska, and over to Montana and North Dakota. Yeah, the top, and then over there. I've never been to those states. Domino, I can't eat any of that shit. Make my stomach rot. Initial C. Or would it be initial means first. So yeah, you're right. It would be initial C. I get it. A rotary project next. No, I already have. I bought the next project for after the Celica going on 2 years ago. It's been sitting now all that time. I drive it. I start it up and I'll drive around the block and stuff. It runs and drives. And it came from New Mexico. So I flew Charlie out there to get it because I couldn't stop filming videos to make videos for you guys. I couldn't afford like driving or flying out there to pick up a car and not be able to show you the car because the Celica wasn't done yet. So I asked him, I was like, hey, you want to fly to New Mexico and drive a car? So he drove it back. But yeah, I have the next car to do after the Celica. I didn't think the Celica was going to take me as long as it did, but I also am not going to rush and cut corners here towards the end, because like that's how a project car just turns to a pile of shit, is if you cut corners now at this part. And all the little stuff I'm doing now with like brackets and things and making sure stuff is hard mounted and there's no areas that can chafe or rub and cause issues, and clearance things, make sure everything fits. And there's like, I want the car to be sound and drivable and not just be a YouTube project that's actually a pile of shit off camera. So can't rush it. Got to do it right. Prequel to Initial D. Yes. We need more people to talk about a prequel to Initial D, because God, that would be so awesome. Man, you guys are sending a lot of super chats. I don't want to miss any. Oliver Rojas, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. No, I do not have a P.O. box. I got rid of it because the post office was getting really irritated with me because I couldn't check it, and people would send like 6-foot tall stuffed penguins, and it was a 45-minute drive to go to the post office box, and I just don't have that kind of flexibility in my schedule, so I closed it. It's just easier if people don't. I know it's like with good intentions, but when people send stuff, it just compounds to a ton of work. Even though it's like something nice, it's just, I can't keep up with that. There's a lot of you, and it was too much. So I had to close it, which it sounds screwed up, but it's like, I know it's a good gesture. People are trying to send stuff, but I can only handle so much stuff all at once, and trying to do too many things at once. Thank you, Terry and William Gould. Did I say that right? Cool. Do I ride motorcycles? I've ridden a dirt bike before, but I don't like things with 2 wheels scare the shit out of me. I don't like motorcycles. Shoe wink. How's the Quattro? Doing good. Just sitting there. There's some stuff I need to do to the Quattro. I want to make a video on it. I need to do an oil change, even though I haven't driven it, but I need to do an oil change on it. Have I ever been to Denmark? No, I've never been to Denmark, Sweden, or Norway. The furthest north I ever went was the Netherlands. And what's that, the port at the north of Bremerhaven? Is that the north port there? I've been that far north in Europe. Forster Gump 6-speed swap? It will happen. I'm trying to think of when. I want to start on the next project first before I 6-speed swap the Forester, but because the next project I am going to strip it down to bare metal and repaint it. There might be time to do other things while I'm painting it. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think the Forester manual swap, like physically, won't be a lot of work. The hardest part will just be getting the CAN bus to communicate and not have because the Subaru has the X mode thing, and I can see that getting angry. That's why most people, the only time I've ever seen a SJ Forester manual swapped is they literally take the entire dash, running gear, engine, transmission, everything from an STI, and they just swap it all up into it. But I wanted to keep an FA series engine in it. I didn't want to swap everything to an EJ series, even though ironically now that the EJ is gone, I miss that engine just because of the sound of it. But arguably, I mean, the FA is just, they're better engines. Especially the new FA24. It'd be kind of neat. I don't know. I want to keep the original engine in the Forester since everything's original, since I'm the original owner. But it would be kind of neat to do a 2.4 block with, like, headwork and stuff in it. But I don't know. The Forester is going to get sticky because it can become a rabbit hole because of the fact that I have 5-on-100 lug pattern and HKS coilovers for a Forester, not for a WRX or STI. If I try to swap in too much STI running gear stuff, then I'm going to end up having to get new wheels. The brakes, because they're all 5-on-100, the hubs would end up having to change. It starts getting a rabbit hole. So I just want to, I don't know. I might swap in a WRX transmission and just like upgrade it. Or if I can find a way, I think the axle spline counts the same as STI axles. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll wait until I get to that time to start looking into what I need to do. Just saying what's up. Thank you. I heard not riding motorcycles. Your butt stink? What are you, 6? Have I seen the Cyberpunk Murcielago? No, I didn't see it. I saw Chris at SEMA, but I didn't see his car. And I walked through everything. I never saw it. I don't know. That's just, it goes to show that even though you think you walk through everything at SEMA, you'll still miss stuff. Because there's a couple vehicles, people are like, did you see this? And I was like, nope. I just clearly must have walked by stuff or just somehow missed little areas. How's Charlie's Super Duty? I'm assuming you're referring to? There's been no progress, no change with it. Daily Celica? No. Did I see the V12 STI? No. Am I going to do a Rivian review? If Rivian sends me a vehicle to review. Otherwise, no. Where's the Z car? As soon as I'm done the Celica. Well, I don't know. I'm so close to the end of the Celica. Depends. The Z obviously is a giveaway car. But since it's just Karen and I that are going to be orchestrating the giveaway because she's doing all the merchandise, and we had to like hire a lawyer to make sure we're doing it correctly. It's a lot for 2 humans to figure out, especially when I already work like 80 hours a week making YouTube videos for you. So I have like almost no time to do anything else. So that's what's pushed the Z back, is I can only do so many things at once. So that's all it's waiting for. So I don't know. I try to I want to do like one giveaway vehicle for you guys a year, because I don't want to be a giveaway channel where I just churn out shitty cars and try to make a bunch of money off of giving you junk. I'd prefer to like do a nice car that I put effort into like once a year or so. So that way like there's actual effort and thought behind it and it's something neat. Because all the cars, like I haven't heard from the guy at the Celica Supra. I should probably reach out to him, but the Beetle went to a really good home. The new owner, Tony, he takes care of it. And the TT, it went to a good home, but unfortunately the guy that has the TT got in a little tiny fender bender with it, but it's just the lower portion of the front bumper, and he bought a parts car. So it's not that bad. I was really sad because he was taking really good care of the car, but accidents happen. But so I really want to try to do a good car that someone can actually appreciate and enjoy. And I think the Z will be a good one. It's a good car. I like that Z. It's going to be a sad one to get rid of. I really liked driving that car. I was surprised how quick it was. It was a lot faster than I thought it would be. How does one send me tools that I am lacking? I don't know. I guess you can't. You can contact the company that makes the tools and see if they'll sponsor them. Don't buy stuff with your own money. Just find the company that makes them, and if you want to help that way, do it that way. Don't spend your own money. The biggest thing that I'm lacking that I need to figure out eventually is the air compressor for the dry ice blaster, because I don't know if they even make air compressors that have enough CFM that are not on a trailer and powered by an engine. I haven't even researched that yet. I think that dry ice blaster needs like 34 CFM. So I don't know. I tried getting a air compressor sponsored before, and I don't know why. I'm like, no, it seems like not a lot of companies want to work with me. So, but yeah, if you want to help out tools, just contact companies that make them and see if they'll sponsor them. Don't spend your own money on them. Hello from Israel. Black Do. Thank you for the super chat, and don't work myself to death too late. I'm in a perpetual state of exhaustion constantly. Interested in a 74 Porsche 914? No, I don't need any more cars. Sorry. 280ZX equals rust bucket. That car has 0 rust on it. Absolutely 0. It was, where did he say it came from before? It was in Nevada. Arizona. Oh, it was an Arizona car. It was in Arizona and then Nevada. So it's been a Southwest car. It's the same situation as a Quattro. Like this thing, you put it up on the lift and all the grease pencil marks are still there. Like all the zinc is still fresh and all the hardware on that thing. That car is absolutely immaculate. Celica can drift. No, I don't know. I'm not really into drifting. I don't want to destroy that car. Hello from Vermont. Made me want to eat some Ben & Jerry's from reading that. Chunky monkey. Fish food's delicious, but fish food, you can have like, fish food will make you sick quick. Especially because the cup is like, you look at the thing that the ice cream comes in, you're like, I could polish that off. It's not that serious. And then you get like 2/3 of the way through it, especially the fish food, and you're like, dude, I'm gonna vomit. At least they gave me a cup that I can puke in. But this got sidetracked really quick. What? Wait. Oh, there's 1,900 people watching. I thought the thing said there was 6,000 people watching. It says 6,000 views. There's no way in hell that I'm that interesting that 6,000 people would watch. Cold start the Audi? No, and with the door shut and asphyxiate in here. I'd have to open up the door and then honestly, I need to drain the gas out of this thing and put fresh gas in it. Because the gas that's in it is like a year and change old now. I need to drain the gas out, and there's a station in Tucson that sells ethanol free. I need to fill it up with ethanol free is what I should do. Same thing with the Ranger. I need to drain the gas out of that. I start them up every like couple months and turn the AC on and like make sure everything works. But the downsides of not being able to keep, if I had all the vehicles I own in one location, I'd be able to start them and drive them regularly. But why is that so difficult to say? Regularly. Thank you, Brian, for the green blob screaming goal. What's my favorite? Gilligan's Island. I was way too young to remember Gilligan's Island. I remember it was on TV, but I think I was literally like 2 or 3 years old probably when that was on. What do you do with really old gas? Give it to the robots. I don't know. Do I like working on diesel engines? I mean, I did it for a living for 12 years in the military, so I don't know if like is the word I would use. Did I see the Benpack tri-car lifts at SEMA? Did you see my 8-foot tall ceiling in here? Yeah, I saw them. They're pretty sweet. You need a really big place to stick one of those lifts in though. Plans for Christmas? Work. Pretty much every day is a normal day for me. I just work. Non-ethanol gas. I know, I wish we had more ethanol-free gas stations. Daily vehicles and why? I drive the cars I review daily. I have these because it's like how some people collect Beanie Babies or shoes or I don't know what people collect. I collect these. They're just large things to collect. And it's not like this is probably the most expensive vehicle I own. And it's not like I have a collection of really expensive ones. I just like normal people cars. Hi, Loxcart. Why'd you call me Loxcart? How many years I served in the Air Force? Pretty much 12. Because I had like extensions and stuff. I had to extend to come back from overseas. So. Old gas, mix a few gallons with your modern. Yeah. Mix it in. It sucks though because we have 91 octane in Arizona, so it's already shitty gas here. The West Coast, Arizona, California, New Mexico 91 octane is absolute crap. which I don't understand why we don't have 93 octane out here. Is dumb. Leaded gas lasts long. I remember I was young enough to or old enough to remember gas stations that had that as an option. I think they got rid of them when I was really little. I remember New Hampshire used to have full service pumps too. Not like all of them, but I remember there were some that were full service. 91 crap tang. Yeah, it is. It's 91 octane out here is absolute junk. Am I going to test Caterpillar's new truck? Probably not. I don't get the opportunity to review a lot of different types of vehicles. I get like some, but if like you'd have to live in New York or Los Angeles or work for a major corporate backed car review outlet to get a wider variety of cars. I don't really get a huge variety. I'm like fortunate I get the ones that I can review, but I don't get a lot of people, they'll get mad because I don't review certain vehicles and they think it's like because I don't like them. It's not because I don't like certain vehicles, it's just because I don't have the availability to review them. So it's not like I don't have a bias against any brand or any type of car. I review what I have the ability to review. Plans for working on the Focus next. About that car. No one wanted to watch the body working on the Focus. The Ford Focus was not a very popular car on the internet, and I have to be able to at least get enough views to pay for making these videos because I buy all the car parts out of pocket. And the Focus was not, it was losing money, and I'm not a millionaire, so I can't just like poop out money to buy car parts. So the Focus wasn't possible to keep going. So I haven't gotten rid of the car. I haven't given up on it. I just don't know what to do with it. It doesn't pay for itself, and I have to be able to survive and make a living. So the smartest thing would be to just outsource the rest of the body work because it's just like sanding and skim coating and boring stuff that's left. And then I have one of the fenders because the fiberglass WRC fenders I got from the UK, the gaps were a little bit too big for my liking. I know it's race glass, that's just how it is. One of them is fixed, but the other one still needs to be done, and it's just time consuming and it doesn't make for good videos. So, yeah. Greetings from Florida. Yeah, body work. I am going to be doing body work on the next project, but it should be fairly quick. The car is pretty straight. It just sun-roached. The paint's sun-roached on it, so I'm almost positive that thing has never been in a fender bender or a wreck or anything because everything is, I like looked up inside panels and stuff. It looks solid, like it's never been in a collision, which is awesome for its age. I'm really excited to start on the next one. You need to drive 600 miles back to your place in a clunker. That doesn't sound enjoyable. Driving the Ranger back here from New Hampshire, I ended up with bruises on the back of my thighs that big from driving this thing. If I ever come across a vehicle that I need to drive back from a far place, I will, but I'm not gonna just do something for the sake of making a video. If it happens, it happens. Hello from Guamzi? What is Guamzi? All right, people, help me out here. I've never heard of this place. What is Guamzi? Are you just saying Guam, but with like some pizzazz on it? Or is that actually a place? I've never heard of that before. Guemzi? Where is this? Chat, help me out here. Where is Guemzi? It sounds like it would be a Pacific Rim place somewhere. An island. I don't know, because it sounds like Guam. Where is it? Guernsey? It's pronounced Guernsey? What? Guam. It's Guam with whimsy. Is it really a place? Guernsey Beach? Guernsey, British Channel Island? It's an island off the UK? Really? Is there a lot of people that also are confused and don't know either, like myself? It's Guernsey. Guernsey. It's pronounced Guernsey. Okay. So it's pronounced Guernsey. And is it really off of it is a British Isle? That's neat. I didn't know that was a place. I have family in the UK I've never met before. Maybe one day I'll go to Guernsey. Is it south of the UK? Is it like, I mean, nothing is probably warm up there, but is it warmer? Is it kind of like, I guess warm is relative to where you're from. Someone from like the equator would be like, hell no, that's Antarctica. Shout out to No More Salted Roads. I love that you called it Manch Vegas. That's how I know you're from New Hampshire, because you called it Manch Vegas. I haven't heard that term since high school. Greetings from Norway. Someone is from Jersey and they have a cow. Guernsey, Channel Island. It's closer to France. Okay. Neat. I want to go there now. I bet you have good food in Guernsey. What is the special... We're making this live stream now about the island of Guernsey because you just created a new wrinkle in my brain. What is the special dish of the people of Guernsey? I'm picturing something that's like a mixture of French and British cuisine. So you probably got some really good cheese, maybe some snails, some beans on toast, some probably delicious wine. What milk and fish. Milk and fish. Like a bowl of cereal with fish in it. Like some chowder. Chowder. Okay, chowder. Am I going to bring this Celica to SEMA? No, I don't have any desire to ever have a car at SEMA. Ever. For the people that bring cars to SEMA that spend hundreds of hours on paint and body work, I feel for you. Because that would just, my anxiety would go through the roof knowing there's that many people walking around and bumping into it, turning around with their backpacks and zippers, and no thank you. I do not ever want to bring a vehicle there so people can walk around it and walk into it and sit on it, and nope. Jasper Walker has now arrived back in the chat, and he said that his poop was successful. Let's all give Jasper Walker a round of applause for his poop being complied with. Good job. We're proud of you. Cheeseburgers. Is that what you eat on the... Is that from the island? Yay, everyone's clapping for Jasper. Good job. Good job, Jasper. Congrats on your poop. I'm gonna see something. Jasper, 2,000 people have now just realized that you took a successful dump. That's a small New England town is now aware of your accomplishment, and they are congratulating you. Look at all those happy people. You have made so many people happy with your dump. That's lovely. Guernsey has cows. There are cows on the island? If Netflix or Amazon approached me with a Top Gear style show, no. No. I don't want to do TV. I don't want to be a actor, actress, or famous person, musician, celebrity, any of that nonsense. It's already stressful enough knowing that there's 700,000 of you watching me on the internet. I never had a desire to be a well-known person. So, no, I don't want to do TV. Although I think we all can say that there's probably more people watching YouTube than there is TV. Well, I mean, I guess Netflix is not TV. It is TV, but it's not TV. I don't know. I don't want to do a TV show because then I would just make someone else a bunch of money for doing their show. I don't like the idea of working for anyone else. I think anyone that's ever served in the military long enough feels the same. When you get out of the military, you want to be your own boss. I don't want to answer to anybody. Please do an update on the F-350 come and swap. I'll try. I mean, I bought the truck for Charlie. So it's up to him. I know he did drop the transmission off at a transmission shop, and it's getting completely gone through, and new synchros and bearings and everything. And the front case is being replaced. So that's some progress, I guess. It's transmissions at a transmission shop. But you bought a 24 WRX based on my reviews. That's awesome. You know, that car gets a lot of hate that I feel it didn't deserve. A lot of people didn't like that the over fenders are painted black, but to me it makes sense because WRX is a World Rally Cross. I think World Rally Experimental, right? That's what the X stands for. So not painting the over fenders, if you're going to drive it in the dirt, which what the car is originally designed to be, a performance car that can be driven on dirt, rocks are going to be flying at those and chipping the paint. So I kind of respected the decision to not paint those and to make more raw plastic cladding at the bottom because that's what the heritage of that car is. So that made sense to me. And also, just paint the damn things if you don't like them black. What I think Subaru screwed up on, and though I should have done, and what they did in the past, back when I had my blob eye, you could buy the STI parts. You could buy like the hood scoop, the side spats, the wing. You could buy all that stuff from Subaru, from the STI parts catalog, pre-painted from the factory, color matched. So what Subaru should have offered was a catalog option to get the over fenders on the new generation WRX in all the different colors that the car is offered in from a catalog. So for those people that wanted them color matched, it could have just been an option. You could have either financed it in with the car or you could buy them. For instance, if you had like a white one, you could order the crystal black Celica and have like a contrasting painted black one, or even like I don't think there's a gray. Is there a gray? Yeah, there's a gray. Maybe a gray would look good with like a red one. So I don't know. Missed opportunity there. But I think that it's a car that a lot of people are pissed that the STI disappeared, myself included. But it doesn't, the WRX is the best WRX that there's been thus far. So still a great car. I think the decision to have an electric STI, the STE that they're talking about for 2028, not interested in that. I think a lot of people agree. No interest in electric STI. I could see if they do a hybridization, kind of like how the previous gen NSX was a hybrid, as long as it's in like the bell housing of the drivetrain and it doesn't have too heavy of a battery pack, sure, that would be also acceptable, as long as it's like 400 horse and the hybrid system is providing extra power, not just for fuel efficiency. So, but yeah, I think an electric WRX STI, I think it'll sell very limited quantity to people. I think it'll be too expensive, too heavy, and just, I don't know. I think it would end up flopping in sales. I don't think it would be a good idea. Maybe with solid state batteries were an option, but still, like, I don't know, like, the boxer engine is what makes a Subaru. Without the boxer engine, it's just kind of another blob with wheels. I think it needs the boxer engine to be a Subaru still. Maybe they should just invest in like synthetic fuels technology or hydrogen, because you can make internal combustion engines run on hydrogen to keep the boxer engine alive. New STI will be $55,000. That the price thing though that's why I've been putting in my car reviews now a comparison of the cost of the same model car from 20 or 30 years ago, and I do the inflation calculation to show what that car would have cost 20 or 30 years ago in today's money. And most of the cars I've been doing that with the exception of like the new Tacoma, have been on par. So it's not that the cost of the car has been inflated. It's that money just isn't worth anything anymore and wages haven't kept up. So there are some cars though that they have definitely taken advantage of and they've added extra balloon to the cost. But a lot of them, and some of them are even better of a deal than they were 20 or 30 years ago. So yeah, it's just really weird because it's the economy that is making us all angry. Hydrogen cars don't make sense. I disagree. The infrastructure isn't there, but it can be invested into. Hydrogen cars make sense because you could literally modify any internal combustion engine to burn hydrogen. And so in theory, you could keep classic cars still alive even too if you were to modify them to run hydrogen. There was a thing probably like 10 years ago, a college did I think it was a Fox body Mustang. It was black and they got it to run off of hydrogen and it still made like serious power too. And it was neat because it was an older car that was just converted and ran off of hydrogen. I like that idea. The downside of hydrogen is you have to extract it from the atmosphere and that takes a lot of energy to do that process. But it's not to say that we can't invest in that technology and find better ways of doing it. So I don't know. I've always been very pro hydrogen. I think it deserves more research to go in that direction because then in theory you don't need batteries, which batteries are also like, I live around a bunch of mines and there's huge open pit mines around here and it's destroying our water stream and stuff and screwing up people's wells. So hydrogen, if you could make that efficient to get the hydrogen out of the atmosphere and clean to do so, then it's like a win-win. That's just the way I look at it. There's an old Chevy truck, 350 using hydrogen. I haven't seen that. Hydrogen is problematic to produce. You don't produce it, you extract it. Yeah, hydrolysis. It's currently, everything is difficult when you're in the early stages of it. So if we invested in the technology, I think there's potential there. You like my Linkin Park shirt? Thank you. Zeppelin on 4 wheels. Is that like a Led Zeppelin album? Thank you, Random Act of Kind. The custom exhaust for the Celica. Yeah, Forrest kind of knocked that out of the park. That was I can't wait to hear what it sounds like. Still he's gonna come back and tweak over the axle because there's more clearance above the exhaust than is needed and it just barely hits the axle when you compress the suspension. Granted, I don't think I'm compressing the suspension fully, so it just needs to get tweaked a little bit and then it'll be perfect there. And he's also gonna redo the lower collectors on the driver header so they're higher so that way I can get a heat shield between the boot and the header. And I also got some universal silicone ones. I'm going to try to see if those actually fit. No one made a silicone boot for a Hashiroku steering rack because that's the steering rack that's in there is a Hashiroku steering rack. So yeah, his if you guys haven't seen the welding video for the last video on the Celica, if you did not watch that and you think welding is interesting, I highly encourage you to watch it because the dude is a magician at welding. Like seriously impressive welding skills. You're buying a TLX Type S because of my review? That's awesome. It sucks I don't get any kickback from the auto manufacturers. They make so much money if I do a review and sell a car and I get the ability to drive the car, I guess. I don't know. Then it wouldn't be journalism though if I got kickback from reviewing it. And I don't want to be a human pop-up ad. That's awesome that you're buying the car though because of my review. Thank you, Matt Fields, for the super chat. What do I think of the 70s RX-5? I don't know what the RX-5 looks like off the top of my head. I know the RX-3. I'll have to look up the RX-5. What do I think of LNG car? The liquid, I remember they were everywhere when I lived in Germany. I remember seeing the pumps for the first time. I was like, what the hell? It's essentially like forklift fuel, right? The same thing? Like, well, those are propane. But is it the same? I don't know. Is propane the same as LNG? And that's kind of neat. I don't know. Hydrogen produces no pollution. Correct. It's just the extraction process would probably, unless we found a clean way of doing it. No matter what, we're gonna make pollution. That's what people do. Propane is heavier than LNG. Interesting to know. Does it smell the same? Your dream car would be an RX-3. They're way too rare in Europe. I think they're kind of rare here too. You don't see a lot of them. Thank you, Alex Sharon. Finally get to catch me live. Oh, you're in Eastern Europe. Yeah, I don't know. What time's it there? Probably evening. How's the Ranger doing? It's doing good. What cars am I looking forward to reviewing and driving in 2025? I don't know. I don't want to say something and get my hopes up and then not get to review it. You know what car I wanted to review really bad, and I know I probably will never get to this year. This was the last year for it. I wanted to review the Rally Art edition of the Mitsubishi Mirage. I wanted to drive that car so bad. I was so bummed that they dropped the manual transmission for the Mirage right before the Rally Art edition came out, because that would have been sick if they would have offered the manual on a Rally Art Mirage. I'm really sad that car is going away. That was the one car that I wish I could have reviewed. If there's any car at any price point at all in existence this year, that was the one that I wish I could have reviewed and never got a chance to. I saw a Rally Art Clips Cross drive by. I thought it was kind of neat. Oh, wow. Thank you, Freddie, for the super chat. Come by my shop and review something soon. I do need to take a trip to Florida. I probably will have to. I want to go back. I want to drive there if I go, because I lived in the Panhandle for a while. I'd like to drive through the Panhandle and stop at Dewey Destin and get some seafood. Anyone that lives in the Fort Walton Beach Destin area and has ever ate at Dewey Destin, you know what's up. But Freddie, I will take you up on that. I will come visit Florida. And thank you for the super chat. And Merry Christmas. Happy Thanksgiving. All that stuff. You had a Rally Art once? A Rally Art what? What was... Wasn't there like a Rally Art... They had for like 2 or 3 years, they had a Lancer based on, what was it, 10th generation Evo 10. But they had a Rally Art Lancer that was supposed to compete with the WRX. It was like a detuned Evo 10, right? Has anyone ever had one of those or driven one of those? I've always been so curious about that car, and they only made it for like 2 years. I'm really curious. The Lancer Sport. Yeah, they had the Sportback. They had a Sportback version and a sedan version though, didn't they? And it was like it was still a 4B11. It was just like detuned. I think they were like 236 horsepower, if I'm pulling that out of my ass correctly. Lancer Art Evo, yeah. A+ in hydrogen power. Used to extract using electrolysis on nuclear subs for 40 years. That's neat. Man, anyone that's ever worked on a submarine, I don't know how you do it. I get claustrophobic. I would lose my mind just being stuck under the water that long. Terminator Cobra with a supercharger. The 2000s 2000, 2001, and 2002 were not supercharged. It was 0304 were supercharged. What was the early Cobra, the 2000 to 02? Wasn't that essentially like a Mach 1? It was like a 4-valve. It was like a NA 4-valve, right? Was it like the Mach 1 engine that was in those? Or was it a 2-valve still? Would I ever review a Lincoln? Yeah, I'd review anything. I'll review a forklift if I had the opportunity to. What is my dream car? I have it right here. The Quattro. I don't have any more dream car. I own my dream car. I don't need another. I don't have any more dream cars. This is it. I own it. I would like to, if I could buy any more cars, I want to have the cars I had in high school back. A cliche midlife crisis thing to say. But I would like to have the S14 again, which is going to be so hard to find because I had a 96. All the S14s you see that aren't clapped out are 95s, or you'll see some 97, 98s. But I would want a black 96 SE, bone stock, no mods. That's what I had. I would like to have that car again. It is going to be impossible to find that car. I looked it up before. There wasn't a lot of 96s. I think 96 was... I want to say 96 was less produced than 97, 98. I could be wrong. I think 98 might be a little less. But yeah. Yeah, I'd like to have another S14. You were in high school in 96? I don't know what elementary grades are. I was in middle school, I think. No. Yeah, I was in middle school. I was in 6th grade, 96, I think. I would struggle to get a forklift up on the lift. Yeah, I don't think my lift is capable of picking up even a small forklift. Even like the little tiny ones, like I'd borrow from Dave's shop. I think those are like 7,000 pounds at least. Forklift. Forklifts are handy. Import one from Japan? What, a forklift? No, I don't want to import an S14 from Japan because then it'd be right-hand drive. And honestly, if I had another S14, I would keep it KA, but I would do a KAT, and I would keep it looking like it came from Nissan under the hood. Keep it super clean. It doesn't need to have a ton of power. Like 300 crank horsepower would be plenty. I think just a simple little KAT setup. And yeah. What's a pound? That's a lot of things. It's a unit of measure of weight. It's a currency. It's what people do to make babies. It's what you tell someone to do to sand when they're being an idiot. NATKA baby. Yep, that's the way I would do it. When I had it in high school, I wanted to SR swap it, but that's because I didn't know the value of the KA and that the KA is secretly the better engine. I'll argue that one to death. The Borg. The Borg says hello from South Africa. Thank you. Please don't assimilate me. I just made some Star Trek nerd super happy that I said that. Caleb with Tavarish. I don't know who Caleb is, but if Freddie's up to it, sure, I'd collab with him. Okay, game time. What's game time? 24 Mirage Rally R is only 20K. I know, right? I hope someone watching this live stream goes and buys a Mirage Rally R just because I said how awesome it would be. And then swap out the crappy CVT and stick a manual in it from a 2-year-old Mirage. Supposedly, the 3-cylinder that is in those Mirages is kind of bulletproof to an extent. Supposedly, they're pretty stout little engines and can take quite a bit of boost thrown into them. So I hear people stick those in side by sides. They take those engines and they make modded side by sides with them. I don't know, but all I know is if I was gonna make a careless purchase of a new car, it would be a Mirage. I wish I could review more Mitsubishi vehicles. I've only ever reviewed one. It was the Eclipse Cross. And honestly, while I think the name was a bad choice for the vehicle, I didn't hate the Eclipse Cross itself. I actually didn't mind driving it. I didn't think it was bad. I like Mitsubishi. By best way to make tea in a microwave or kettle? I don't know. I imagine the kettle might taste better. I don't know. Maybe like 50 years from now, we'll find out microwaves were secretly rotting our guts out and we didn't know it. And then, I don't know. What do I think of the 25 Nissan Kicks? It's neat, but I miss the juke. Thoughts of the new Linkin Park album? I think it's mid. Well, it doesn't have Chester. I don't know. Mike Shinoda is kind of a musical genius, but I mean, there's an element that is missing. And there's nothing we can do about that. What do I think of the G37 Coupe? I think that car's legacy will forever be tarnished because of what has become of most of G35s and G37s out there in this world. It's been rotting your gut for 45 years. I don't know what that meant, but I feel for you. This was the last year of the Mirage, sadly. I know, all the more reason that somebody needs to go buy a Mirage Rally Art. I'm so sick and tired of cool little cheap cars getting killed off and replaced with soul-sucking crossovers. I just despise it. I wish we had more neat little cheap cars. What do I think about the electric G-Wagon? I don't know. I think G-Wagon's kind of neat. I don't know. I haven't driven the electric one. I drove Rob Ferretti's G-Wagon briefly. I think his is an AMG. It sounded neat. It sounded like if Thor was a sound of an engine. That's what it sounded like. There's someone from Finland here. Hello. Chevy Spark with a 6-speed. Yeah. I can get down with a little Spark. I like the Spark and the Sonic. I mean, there are basically just Daewoo's, but those were neat little cars. It's sad they got killed off. I want to see the what is the engine code? The LBO? What is the little 3-cylinder and the Trax LBO? What do they call that engine? I want to see that stuffed into a Spark with a 6-speed manual and a bigger turbo. Somebody do that project for me, please. I think it would be neat. How are the Subaru CVT transmissions? The TR690 and the WRX and the Forester XT, if you change the CVT fluid on it, even though it's not supposed to be a lifetime fluid, that's a crock of shit. If you change the fluid on it, potentially run an aftermarket CVT cooler. STI has one in their parts catalog for the performance versions of the Lavorg, the WRX S4, the Forester STI TS. They all had a upgraded cooler. I think they're not bad, but they start to go to shit if you don't keep fresh fluid in them. The one on my Forester has that thing. I've had that thing pro-tuned since it had like 1,500 miles on it, probably 100 pound-feet of torque over stock, and it hasn't blown up. The torque converter is a little angry in it, but I think just changing the fluid, it would be fine. Like, it's not slipping. I can just tell. I think probably because it sits. But yeah, I think a fluid change on it, it would still be absolutely fine. So I don't think it's a bad transmission. I hate the fake shifts with the paddle shifters. It's dumb. It is dumb in a CVT. Like if you just leave it in intelligent mode, which sucks because I think it changes the throttle mapping and some other stuff too when it's in sport sharp. I wish I had that characteristics, but with intelligent mode where it just keeps it right in the peak power band all the time, because it is an advantage with that transmission to just be constantly sitting there in the peak power band. And it is kind of fun on a windy road. It's like riding a snowmobile. And the slingshot effect when you roll your foot into the throttle with the TR690s is fun. So I don't think it's a bad transmission. I would much prefer a manual regardless, but I don't know. As far as CVT goes, it's probably one of the best CVTs in any manufacturer that's out there on the market, which is like saying heartburn is the best heartburn you can have. I don't know. But yeah. Aloha from Oahu. I used to live in Oahu. I lived in Aiea. I lived on Hickam for a little bit, and then I lived in Aiea. And I don't know if it still exists, but there was the color of my Grams Ranger apartment building was a high-rise apartment building, and it caught fire twice while I lived in it. And I lived in that building in Aiea. I don't know if it still exists, if it's the same color, but yeah, I lived there in the 90s. Would I review a Blazer RS? I would review a Blazer. I haven't had the chance to. I would like to though. I was shocked I actually liked the tracks. I thought I was not going to like it. I thought it was going to be like a boring rental car vehicle, and I'm not really as ironic as it is that I own a Forester, which is a crossover. I'm really getting sick and tired of crossovers, but it felt more like a hot hatch with a lift kit. So I don't know. I think a Trax lowered would be kind of neat. I don't know. I did like the Trax. I don't know. I like the Trax. I don't even think it looks bad either. I like the taillights, the shape of the taillights on the back of the Trax. It's a vehicle I thought I would hate, and I didn't hate it. I actually kind of enjoyed it. Hello from Kenya. That's wild. There's someone watching from Kenya? I would love to go there. That's like a bucket list one day. I just want to go there to see wildlife. I imagine there's so much neat wildlife there. Thoughts about the new Hummer? That was neat when I reviewed it. Oh my god, I just tried reading a long message that someone typed and then it moved and it just made my brain hurt. Are Chinese EVs available in the USA? No, they are not. You're boring and you like your CX-50. I didn't hate the CX-50. I actually liked the CX-50. I don't know. I can't say I hate crossovers. I'm tired of them. I don't hate any specific vehicle because it's a crossover. I'm just tired of everything being crossovers. I miss diversity in the car market. I used to feel that way about sedans. 15, 20 years ago, I hated sedans, and I was like, we need more hatchbacks in this country. And then my wish was granted, except the hatchbacks were bloated and lifted off the ground. So, I don't know. I just miss sedans. I think I'm salty because I'm tired of cars getting killed off, and I wish we had like a nice diverse car market of all kinds of different things at different price points. Favorite pre-70s car? Pre-70s? I don't know, the pre-war stuff, pre-World War II. I think, so I would have to say, I'm being very vague and generalized right now. I like the stuff post-war, late 40s, early 50s that looks like it's straight out of Fallout. And then specifically Studebagers, I think look the most like they're from the game Fallout. I think there's some neat Studebagers. Pre-war, what was it? The early Toyo Pets, the very early Toyota Toyo Pets. I think those are really neat. They just have they look like like a hat or a hamburger bun. They're just very like, they're really neat. It would be cliche to say like a Model A tea bucket, because I remember those being popular in the late 80s, early 90s for like old people having hot rods. What else? The old Dodge Power Wagons. I think they're really neat and kind of scary looking, and that doesn't make any sense. My Graham, the original owner of the Ranger, she learned how to drive on a 1940 Ford pickup truck, and I saw a picture of one of those, and I thought it was a really neat looking truck. Specifically 1940. I feel like that was a neat looking truck. A classic Mini. So the next car is not older than I am. I'll just say that. The next car I'm doing is not older than I am. And I needed to do something a little bit newer. It is still by no means a newer car, but yeah. I'll say that. I needed a break from a genre. Get out of the 70s and do something a little bit different. The 280Z is fulfilling my 1980s desire to do a car from the 80s. I don't know what it is about the cars from the early mid 80s. That's just a sweet spot for technology, because we were getting all kinds of weird things like trip computers and average fuel economy things and power everything options in the vehicles. And I feel like there's a lot of neat retro tech in the green digital gauge clusters. I really like cars from that era. I just think it's neat, the early technology. Thoughts on K trucks being illegal? Stupid. Don't tell me what to do. If I want to die in a tin can with wheels, I shall do so. 86 Mercedes. Yeah. Old Mercs. What's the big body two-door coupe Merc from the mid 80s? Wasn't there one in the Coming to America movie with Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall? Wasn't there like a big Merc in that? There's a couple big Mercs. That era of old Mercs, those are pretty sweet. Will 350Zs become classics? Probably, because they're going to become rare, because they're literally just getting trashed right now. I looked up the VIN number on my old 350Z, which I babied and took super good care of. I sold it with 39,000 miles after owning it for 9 years. Like, took really good care of that car. And I looked up the VIN, and I will never do that again. I was heartbreaking to see what has become of that car. I already know, I just know just from seeing the state of ownership changes and the fact that it has a lien on it now, on its like 8th owner, and it's nearing 200,000 miles. I was like, nope. I never want to ever look that up again. That's why I want to get rid of cars, because I don't want them to end up getting destroyed. My hard work with builds reviews appreciated. Thank you, Mike Lipetsky. Lipetsky. Did I say that right? Lipetsky. Oh, and another one. David Boblet. Thank you. My brain just doesn't work. I don't even hear my stomach growling. I'm starving right now. I'm so hungry. I've been doing this for a while, huh? How long have I been doing this for? What? It's saying my stream's current bit rate is lower than recommended. I have gigabit internet. How is that even possible? That's weird. How long have I been doing this for? It does not say. Oh, hour 9 minutes. Man, that went by fast. Well, I have to shut up now and end this because I got work to do. I gotta keep talking on a camera, but not on this one. So I'll do another live stream for you guys soon. And I didn't mention it all throughout the live stream because I don't want to be a human pop-up ad. But my website is restocked with Robo Bubble. So there's that. And Yeah. So if you guys want to clean your cars, I got some Robo Bubble on the website, and it's made in America. So, what else? Karen made some really cute peaker penguins. So there's those. And there's some regular penguins on there. And some t-shirts and stuff. Okay, that's all I'm gonna mention. Merch. Good enough. I mentioned it once. And I got a car review coming for you tomorrow. It's a good one. It's a good car review. It's got a manual transmission in it. I'll say that. And then I just gotta get back to work because this next video that I'm working on has consumed 8 days now of nonstop work, and I'm still not done. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon with another live stream and a video. I'll do a live stream around the holidays, end of the year.